Meat bicycle!
Hello everybody, welcome back to another modded weapon guide here on Borderlands 2. Today we are back and we're once again going to be looking at a modded sniper rifle, but this one is definitely very different. As you can see, it actually shoots Sandhawk shots, which is quite unique for a sniper rifle. I don't think we've seen that one before, but it actually has a little bit of a reason behind this, which I'll explain further, because obviously the Sandhawk looks a little bit like a bird, flying bird pattern, and today's weapon is very bird themed because it is based completely, as the title suggests, around Bloodwing from Borderlands 1. So everybody knows who Bloodwing is. He sadly died thanks to Handsome Jack in Borderlands 2, and CzRSpecV, who has made this on the Borderlands 2 community GitHub, has made this weapon in dedication of Bloodwing. So yeah, we're going to be looking at that. As always with these modded weapon guides, we'll start off by showing you guys exactly where to get this, and then we'll go on for a further guide. I'll let you know all of the changes, everything you need for this, that kind of thing, and just a general opinion on the weapon myself. So let's start off by showing you where to get it. Well, as always, you can click on the link in the description, which will take you straight there, or you can navigate your way there yourself by clicking on the Borderlands 2 community GitHub, clicking on Borderlands 2 mods, and then scrolling down to CzRSpecV's section, which is right here in alphabetical order, pretty high up. That'll bring his weapon page up. We're going to be looking for the Bloodwing, which currently is sat right at the top of his page, so click on that, and that'll bring up the weapons information page with all the information you need to know about the gun, as well as the code itself to change it. So click on the raw tab, right click and save as. Save into your Borderlands 2 binaries folder as whatever you want, but remember what you've saved it as, because then you're going to come in the game, open the console command up, and then paste in right there, and that will change the weapon, which is the Cobra, into the Bloodwing. So make sure you grab yourself a Cobra, which is easier said than done, because the Cobra is a very rare weapon. So if you haven't got one, give yourself one in, and yeah, if all goes well, you should have yourself a nice Bloodwing, which you can see right here is a pretty fast firing weapon. It does regen ammo as well, which you can see at the bottom right of the screen. That's why I was firing all that, just to show you guys that. This is what the weapon looks like itself. Nice looking sniper rifle, kind of a wooden effect as well. You can see it on the skin, bit of pink in there as well. And the red text just simply says, "Give 'em hell, Bloodwing," which is obviously a quote from Mordecai right there, which is quite nice anyway. So we're going to continue the kills through 1,000 cuts right now, and yeah, I'll run through all the information that you guys need to know on this little tribute weapon. So starting off, this weapon uses the Sandhawk's firing mode, so any other mods that you run with this that changes the Sandhawk will affect this mod directly. This mod will change a couple of quest loot pools as well, and changes the drop locations, which are listed. Animal Rights now drops the Bloodwing, which is formerly the Cobra, instead of the Trespasser. This can be used as a little exploit if you want to get yourself a couple of Cobras, but you don't have Gibbed, because you can literally go ahead and activate this patch, go and farm a load of these Bloodwings, and then when you quit out and come back in without the patch on, you'll have yourself a load of Cobras. So just thought I'd let you know that there. Now, the Animal Rights did drop the Trespasser. That will now go to the Good, the Bad, and the Mordecai loot pool. So that's how you get the Trespasser with this mod. And that will replace the Moxie's Endowment, which has been moved to Moxie's Tip Jar. So you now have a 20% chance of getting Moxie's Endowment, and a 40% chance of the Bad Touch and the Good Touch dropping as well. So quite a lot of changes right there just to get this thing an actual drop location. Now for the weapon itself, this was created to both remember and relive Bloodwing from Borderlands 1. All the elements in it are meant to represent the different artifacts from Borderlands 1, where you could change the element damage dealt on your action skill, which of course Mordecai's was Bloodwing. The ammo regen side of this is now meant to represent him when he used to come and drop extra ammo for you on kills. Also as well, he used to drop you health vials as well, and that's where the health regen comes into this as well. So the whole setup is meant to represent just having Bloodwing as your action skill in Borderlands 1. If it took more than one shot, you weren't using a Jacobs, very famous Jacobs saying right there. This weapon does do a lot of damage, but it's all fitting of its title. So the gun changes itself. It has Sandhawk projectile and will pierce shields as well, increased fire rate and reload speed, and it has a 0.5 ammo regen per second. So every 2 seconds you'll get one more ammo back. It will heal you for 2.5% of damage done when you're aiming down the sights. It will spawn in corrosive shock, fire and normal. And this has now been changed to legendary rarity from blue red text rarity, obviously. And the skin changes is it has an updated barrel to be Jacobs and a nice brand new skin with it as well. So that is all the information you need to know right there about this weapon. So as it said in the description I've just ran through, this thing is pretty high damage, as you can see. When body shotting, you won't kill most enemies straight away. It does take quite a lot to actually get them down. But if you can get yourself a headshot, which isn't the hardest thing, especially as this is not single bullet anymore, the Sandhawk firing pattern means you can aim to the head area, and as long as you're in that general area, you're guaranteed to get yourself a critical. This is obviously overpowered when hitting critical shots, and it's easier to get critical shots because of the spread of the bullet pattern, but it's you know, meant to represent a living legend in Borderlands 2, which was Bloodwing, who was a pretty badass killer himself. So you need a pretty badass weapon to use this for. This gun is very good for just practicing getting in the general area of headshots. Obviously the most elite snipers out there, this thing will be an absolute walk in the park. But if you're not very good at sniping and you just want a nice weapon to practice on, this for sure is definitely a good starting off weapon, just because of the pure damage of the actual headshot if you get it, but also because of the health regen, the ammo regen. It's just nice to go through a map and not have to worry about foraging for ammo all the time, or hiding around a corner, popping out of a grog nozzle to get your health back. You can just take a little break, let your ammo regen a little bit, and yeah, just pick off a few guys here and there and enjoy sniping. So this is definitely a beginner sniper's weapon for sure, which really does make it sniping fun. And even if you've been sniping a long time, you know, I'm not the best at sniping in the world, but I'm, you know, pretty decent. I have done enough of it in my time, and I still enjoyed giving this a nice run through and just seeing a different projectile come out of a sniper rifle for once instead of a single shot bullet. It was nice to just actually aim in a general direction and take people's heads off, which is always a good thing. Absolutely useless close range though, as you can see. Absolutely useless unless you can panic body shot like I just did there. But you're not going to get any headshots. Hip firing ain't bad either though, to be honest. I have hip fired a couple of, I don't know if it was in this run of testing or whatever, but I have actually hip fired a couple of these blooming annoying buzzards a couple of times, and was quite impressed to just get a panic hip fire off and destroy him in one shot. So sometimes this thing can be pretty sweetly accurate when aiming from the hip as well. So yeah, anyway, there's the guy right there. Go on, hip fire him. No. Oh, I did. There you go. Well timed, very well timed. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Really hope you've enjoyed. Let me know what you think of this thing down in the comments below. But that was the Bloodwing, the in loving memory, I've called it, weapon for Bloodwing from Borderlands 1, made by CzRSpecV on the Borderlands 2 community GitHub. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next one.
Meat bicycle!